Welcome to the Life After Plus One podcast, where we turn life's lemons into delightful lemonade. Get ready for inspiring stories, uplifting conversations, and all the tips and tricks to rock your single parent journey with style. I'm your host, Leanne, and it's time to embrace the adventure of Life After Plus One. So, let's dive in. Hello, welcome back to Life After Plus One. I'm Leanne, your podcast host and your single parent mentor and coach. And today I want to have a little bit of a deep and meaningful chat with you. This is the last episode, if you're listening in real time, of 2025. And as this goes to air, it'll be the day before New Year's Eve. So I thought it'd be nice to do an episode that doesn't throw out all these New Year's resolutions and where people think, resolutions again. It's just not going to happen. That's not me. I want to do the opposite. And instead of focusing on what you want for next year and making these goals that don't always happen and just always fall off a few weeks in because you're setting these goals that just don't align with what you're after and just not really what you want. You're doing it because it's what society expects. They think you should set a New Year's resolution, and people always have these goals in place that very rarely ever last. So I want to do the opposite, and instead of focusing on next year, I want to use this episode to reflect on this year. And one of the biggest things I do in my coaching is we look at growth. And we look at improving where you're at. And that's the purpose of this episode. I don't just want you to keep looking ahead, but I also want you to look at where you've come from and how far you've come. Because quite often in the process of growing, in the process of healing, in the process of doing better and trying to be the best version of yourself, you forget how far you've come. You forget what you've done in the process. You forget all the amazing things and the growth that you've made. So this episode, I really want to reflect on that. And I really want to take that time for you to use the end of 2025. And even if you're not listening in real time, even if it's 2026 and you're now listening to this episode, I want you, wherever you're at, to sit back and really think about what you can take away from this year. What are some of the things that you have learnt about yourself as a parent, as a partner, as a person? What have you taken away from this year? Because that's the biggest thing, isn't it? What have you learnt? Because it's great to set these goals. It's great to have these New Year's resolutions and have all these big plans and big dreams. Go for it. Do it. Aim big, I say. However, in the process, it's important to not overlook where you have come from and what you have done to get there, because it's quite easy to get caught up thinking, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet. But we always need to remind ourselves it's never going to happen. You're never going to get there in one step. It is taking all these lots of little steps that help you get there. So when you can actually look at all these little steps you've taken and all this growth that you've made, that's when you can actually realize, I am doing better. I am in a better spot than what I was last year. I am slowly making progress to that person that I really want to be, to that life that I'm trying to achieve. I am making progress to get there. And that's what's important. And that's what I want you all to focus on as we wrap up 2025. And then you might sit there and think, well, I still can't see it. I can't see the growth I've made. Even if it's something as small as this time last year, I was constantly fighting with my ex, but now it's a little bit better. I'm able to set boundaries. I'm able to be a little bit more confident. I'm able to do things a bit differently. I'm able to not engage in their toxic drama and their fighting. That's growth. Handling things better for yourself, for your kids, that's growth. These little things. And it could be something to do with maybe you're saving money, which this time last year you weren't. It could be you've wanted to get a new job or you wanted to start a new business and you've actually started to take the steps to make that happen. And for me, one of the biggest things I can take away for 2025. And some of you might listen and think, well, she's quite confident. She can do the podcast and she can speak up on Instagram or wherever else. And I am pretty okay with that. I don't usually let things like that bother me. However, I never used to be like this. When I first got divorced many years ago, I was very shy. I was very insecure. I was that person that always stood back, never spoke up in crowds. I would always get embarrassed when someone put me on the spot. But it's these little things you do that help you grow, that help you become that better, more confident person. And one of the biggest things that I'm really going to take away from this year is to focus on having more fun. That's it. That's what I'm taking away from this year. Focus on having more fun. And I went into this year in 2025 with all these goals and wanting to go on little trips and wanting to do all these fun adventures. And I think I ended up doing 5 road trips with my daughter and I absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And the times when I felt really exhausted or drained or overwhelmed were the times I wasn't getting out and having fun. And it's easy to kind of overlook that thinking, well, I've got work to do. I've got emails to answer to. I've got to record a podcast. I've got a blog to write. I've got reels to make. I've got content to do. And you get caught up in this business world of everything you've got to do behind the scenes. And then your fun. It's gone because you don't have time. But that's one thing I'm taking away from this year. You need to create time for fun. Because for me, I love what I do. I love this business. I love everything about it. And as I always say, every time I get off a call with a client, I get off and I end the call and I say to myself, I really love what I do. I really love helping every single one of the clients that I work with. I truly do. However, in the process of me supporting them and supporting all you guys and being here with this podcast, I also need to support myself. And for that, the one thing that really lights me up is just having fun and enjoying life, because that's what it's about. And I quite often do sometimes neglect that because my world as a single parent and doing this business on my own, it does get quite busy. So that's one thing I'm taking away from 2025 that I really want to implement more of next year, just having more fun. But there's still lots of little lessons that I've learnt along the way. There's lots of lessons. And I think one of the biggest ones was when people would comment on my business in the early days. Not so much now, but in the early days, people would comment. And because this world of single parenting, you're dealing with breakups, you're dealing with broken hearts, you're dealing with lots of angry and hurt people. So as soon as they'd see my business, I would straight away get a lot of hate, get a lot of angry people, not being rude or judgmental here, but a lot of it would be men directing their anger at me because they'd see that I'm a female, and straight away because I'm a female they think that I'm having an attack or here to spread hate on men, which is absolutely not what I'm here to do. And that's what would happen a lot. And they'd make nasty comments, oh, no wonder why you got divorced, or why couldn't you keep your man, or why couldn't you do this? And it's quite sad, some of the comments that would get thrown my way without even people knowing me, my story, what I do, and how I'm here to support people. And I used to take that quite personally. But realistically, those people that comment that way, they're the ones that are hurt. They're the ones that are angry. They're the ones that are bitter. Because if they weren't hurt, they would not be trying to hurt other people. As I always say, hurt people hurt people. And so that's one of my biggest lessons that I'm taking away from 2025, not to take things personally, just to take it with a grain of salt. And a lot of things in life I do. I don't normally take things personally, but when it's something I'm so passionate about, like my business, I did take it really personally. And I used to get so upset some days thinking, how can they say this about me? I'm here to help people. I'm here supporting people. I'm here offering this podcast for free. I'm not getting paid for this. But yet they're mocking it. They're saying nasty things about it. I don't understand why. If I wasn't passionate about what I do, I wouldn't be doing all this stuff. And it just would really, I'd just be so caught up and I don't understand why they're doing this. But that's the thing. I'm never going to understand it. I don't need to understand it. This is their problems, not mine. And I was consuming my world with their anger and their hurt, trying to understand these people that I don't even know. So that's what I'm taking away in 2025, not to take those things seriously, not to take it personally, I should say. So there's always something that you can learn. And this is what I want you to reflect on as we wrap up this year. I want you to reflect on something that you can learn something that you have learned from this year. And another thing I really want you to focus on as we say goodbye to 2025, I want you to look at anything that you can let go of. Anything that is holding you back, whether that be certain friends or certain acquaintances or people in your life that are just negative, they're draining, they're toxic, they suck the life out of you, they don't motivate you, they don't make you feel better, they make you feel shit. Distance yourself from those people that do not make you feel good. Let anything go that is sucking the life out of you. Maybe it's old photos that you still have with you and your ex, and every time you look at it, you cringe or it just really triggers you. Put it away. Throw it away. Put it in a box. Put it somewhere for your kids, maybe for when they're older. Give it to your ex. If it's making you feel uncomfortable and it's holding you back, let it go. Old clothes, let it go. Anything that you feel is holding you back. So for those of you that are into astrology and all that, 2026 is the year of the horse. And I was actually born in the year of the horse. So it's meant to be a year where you come in and you do big things. You come in guns blazing, ready to achieve big shit. 2025 was the year of the snake, where you shed everything. You let everything go. You got rid of all the things that were just holding you back. And 2026 is your year where you come in and you're like, I am here to show up and I'm here to make a stand. And to do that, I want you to get rid of anything that is holding you back. And that could be something as simple as the way you communicate with your ex. It could be your spending habits. It could be the way you spend your free time. Maybe you're not looking after yourself. These are things that I really want you to focus on as we go into the new year. So I want you to make 2026 not a year about unrealistic New Year's resolutions. I want you to make it a year where you can really reflect on what you achieved out of 2025. Something that you're proud of. Some growth that you've made. Something that you can really look back on and go, I wasn't able to do that a year ago, and I'm pretty damn proud of myself that now I can. So sit down and write that list if you want, or just think it out. Do whatever makes you feel better, what you think is going to help you going forward. If you want to write a list, sit down and write it down. And think about all the things that you've done, achieved, and you can be super proud of that you've got through in 2025. And I can guarantee you there will probably be far more things there that you ever thought, because you just don't realize it. When you're just going through your everyday life, you don't realize the growth that you're making. You don't realize that you're actually doing something productive that can help you in the long run. And as I always say, it's those small little steps. It's never one big step. It's the small little things you do that help you to get to that big outcome. And those are the things that you need to be proud of. So going into 2026, I really want you to step back and focus on those things. Focus on what you've learned. Focus on what you can be proud of. Because with anything, even when I talk about with my clients in the dating world and they go through a breakup that really hurt them, my biggest thing is, what can you learn from that? What can you take away from that breakup? It's not what that person did to you, it's what you can learn from that. And that's what I want you to do with 2025. Even if it was a shit year, maybe it was a great year, whatever kind of year it was for you, I want you to look at what you can learn from that to be a better person or better version of you for 2026. And in the process, I want you to look at what you can let go of. What is holding you back that you feel is not going to add any benefit to your life in 2026? Let it go. So I really want to emphasize here that going forward and moving forward in any part of life, it's not about focusing on what didn't work. It's not about focusing on how much it hurt you or how much it upset you. It's about focusing on what you can learn, what you can gain, and using those lessons to help move you forward. Because everything we go through in life is a lesson. It's all a lesson of some sort. It's always teaching us something. It's just that a lot of people don't choose to step back and look at what you can learn from that lesson. It could even be something like just having this most annoying person in your life. Maybe it's someone you work with. Maybe it's a next door neighbor. Someone in your life that is super annoying and you've just had enough and you just can't deal with them anymore. Believe it or not, this person is teaching you something. Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's how to communicate. Maybe it's how to set boundaries. There is something this person is teaching you. And this is what's important about life in everything we do. And especially when you're wrapping up this year and you're looking forward to something even bigger and better for next year. What can you learn from it? And what is it that you need to stop doing or maybe change for 2026? What is it that maybe you can start doing for 2026 to make it that little bit better? Because having a bigger, better year isn't about setting these massive New Year's resolutions that never last. Having a better year is really knowing what you want and learning from what didn't work in the past so you know how to make it work going forward. Because it's that old saying, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same outcome. And that applies with everything, with work, with dating, with people that you communicate with. If you keep having the same problems with someone, it's because you're handling it in the same way. You're not doing anything different. If you keep having the same breakup patterns in the dating world, it's because you're not doing anything different. This is the point in stepping back and learning from what you've gone through, looking at that lesson. What's the lesson in that situation? So when it comes up again, you know how to handle it differently. You know not to get triggered. You know not to get bothered. You know not to get into those situations again because you've seen the lesson and you know where it's going to take you. So this is the biggest thing I want you all to reflect on as we wrap up this amazing year of 2025. So I just thought I'd throw out a short little pep talk because it's that crazy time of year that nobody even knows what day it is. In between Christmas and New Year's, it's just all over the place, isn't it? So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of motivation to help end the new year on a high note. And more importantly, to help start 2026 on a high note. So instead of focusing on the fact that you didn't get that holiday, or you didn't save as much, or the fact that you're still single, or the fact that you're still in this job that you don't enjoy, it's not about looking at what didn't work. It's looking at the lesson and most importantly, what did work? What did work? What did you enjoy in 2025? So focus on what did work, focus on what your lessons are from 2025 and focus on what you can let go going into 2026. They are my biggest tips for starting the new year with a fresh, clear mindset. Don't set these goals that never last or by January 31st, they've just totally gone out the window because it wasn't what you truly wanted to do. It didn't light you up. You just did it because society expects you to set all these New Year's resolutions and have something that you want to do for 2026 and days later it's gone. Be realistic with what you want. Have goals by all means. I love setting goals. I love having lists. And yes, I will have a 2026 goals list because it's what I always do. I always set a little personal goals list and a business goals list. And it's something I do every year. And not always all of those things happen. And I don't get worked up because I think, oh, I didn't get this or I didn't get that. I just know that I've got to work a little bit harder or this is what I've got to strive towards for next year. So that's the important thing. When you don't achieve goals, don't just push it to the side and think, oh, that's it, I can't do it. Ask yourself, did you take those right steps to achieve that goal? Did you do what you can to really make that happen? Or did you just set yourself this massive goal without looking at what you can do to help get you closer there, without actually thinking about how you can make it work? You just thought it was going to magically manifest and just land up in your lap. I mean, hey, I do believe in manifestation and the world of making things happen, but in saying that, that's not magic. You've still got to take the right steps to make it happen. So please don't get disheartened by setting goals that don't happen, because once again, there's a lesson in that. If that goal didn't happen, I want you to step back and ask yourself, why it didn't happen? What can I learn from this? Do I need to maybe break that goal down a bit smaller? Do I need to really make sure I'm taking more action steps to make that goal happen? Do I need to buy something to help make that goal more achievable? For example, it could be going to the gym. Maybe it's buying new gym shoes and gym wear. Maybe that's a goal. Maybe that's a smaller goal to add to your bigger goal. Maybe your goal is to go on a holiday, but you need to save a lot of money. So maybe that goal can be setting up a separate savings account or having a little money box where you can put all your coins in. Have these little smaller goals. So don't get disheartened when things don't go your way. Everything is a lesson. What can you learn from it? What can you take away from it? And how can you use it to help move you forward in life? And most importantly, get rid of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Anything that's sucking the life out of you. Anything that you feel is just not making you feel good. For 2026, get rid of it. Get it out. So, on that note, that is it from me for 2025. It's been a big year of learning curves for me, and it feels actually, I don't even know how to explain it. I've got a funny feeling, even just like, it's like, for me, it's a massive sense of achievement. Like, I have achieved big things this year, and I feel very proud the way I'm wrapping up 2025. And I want to know that you guys are too. And to do that, you need to just follow those steps. Don't give up hope. Keep remaining positive and keep focusing on the lesson. And always remember that if you do want that more personalized support, that is always here. The details for that are in the show notes. And don't always forget that if you are loving the show and you're hearing of other single parents who need that boost of support, then feel free to tag the show. Give me a little review, give me some feedback, because every little tag, share, comment, review, it helps the show in so many ways you do not know. So just boosting that algorithm will really help me. So here's to 2026, guys. Have a fucking amazing New Year's Eve, no matter what you're doing. And please, just before I wrap up, I want you to know that you do not have to just sit at home and do nothing because you haven't been invited somewhere. For the last 2 New Year's Eves, and I'm currently still trying to do it this year, I've been sitting here on my phone trying to find something where I've just gone away for a hotel with just me and my daughter. And I've been very slack this year and I haven't booked anything. So I'm still trying to search, hoping that the universe will just drop something in my lap, but it's not working. So don't feel like you have to sit at home and do nothing just because it's you and your kids. Get some sparklers, get some little party poppers, get whatever you want and just have some fun with your kids and make it what you want it to be. If you want to start this year on a high note, then make it happen. What you do is totally up to you. So thank you again, guys. And for 2025, I am wrapping it up. And as I will just say one last time, if you are needing any extra support, jump into my show notes. All those links are there. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone that comes back week after week and that's been following along. I know there's been so many of you that have been following along since day one. So I truly appreciate all of you for coming back and following and being a part of this Life After Plus One community. So until next year, I'll be in your ears then. Thank you for joining us on the Life After Plus One podcast. If you loved what you heard today and looking for some further support, then jump onto our website, lifeafterplusone.com. Plus, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for further resources and inspo. You can find all the links in the show notes. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. And in the meantime, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep exploring your amazing life after plus one.